All right, guys, so Benjamin Netanyahu went to the White House, and the exact thing that I told you would happen is exactly what happened. So you had a scenario where Netanyahu goes in basically saying, we want to finish the regime change in Iran. We want to finish that war with Iran. And what does Trump do? Exactly what you would expect. He's incredibly accommodating to Netanyahu. He's basically his little bitch boy, his little cuck yes man. So we'll get to that in a minute, but first let me start with this. This is incredible to me because we're at the point now where everybody treats the president like he's a toddler who's being potty trained for the first time. Like, this is the first time he went pee-pee in the potty, and so, you got everybody, oh my good little Timmy, what an amazing job you did. What an amazing job. Do you have to go poo-poo? Do you have to go number 2 in the potty? You let us know when you have to go. Then you'll get a prize. What an amazing little special boy you are. That's literally what they do. So remember they had the FIFA Peace Prize. Like, FIFA just made up a peace prize. Like, first of all, why would you have a peace prize? Aren't you the soccer people? Like what the fuck? Is there a lacrosse world peace prize? Is there a fucking NASCAR World Peace? No, this is fucking made up. So FIFA goes, they're trying to suck up to Trump, which, by the way, tremendous evidence there that they're hiding an insane amount of corruption and crimes, that they're like, we got to suck up to the emperor. Like, whatever, put your feelings aside, just all in on sucking up to this guy. And so he gets this FIFA World Peace Prize, which is just humiliating and embarrassing because everybody knows what's happening here. Everybody knows how desperately Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize. And so their way of trying to curry favor with him is we'll just make up our own peace prize and give it to him, and then we'll get whatever the fuck we want, right? It's brazen. It's corruption right in front of our eyes. And so now Netanyahu sees this. He immediately says, I'm going to get in on the fun. I'm going to get in on the fun here. I'm going to get in on the favor trading, right? And they have a press conference, and Netanyahu says this. Here we go.
And the award that I was given was really surprising and very much appreciated.
Well, President Trump has broken so many conventions to the surprise of people, and then they figure out, oh, well, maybe, he was right after all. So we decided to break a convention too, or create a new one, and that is to award the Israel Prize, which in almost our 80 years, we've never awarded it to a non-Israeli, and we're going to award it this year to President Trump. This was announced formally over lunch by our Minister of Education, who's responsible for the Israel Prize. It's going to be awarded to President Donald J. Trump for his tremendous contributions to Israel and the Jewish people. I think it's such a fitting thing, and it would honor us, obviously, Mr. President, if you could visit Israel in that occasion, on our Independence Day. But I have to say that this reflects the overwhelming sentiment of Israelis across the spectrum. They appreciate what you've done to help Israel and to help our common battle against the terrorists and those who would destroy our civilization. So, again, that's an expression of thanks and appreciation.
Thank you, baby, very much. That really is a great honor.
So now Donald Trump gets the Israeli Peace Prize, which, by the way, is the Dick Cheney Peace Award. That's what it's a total contradiction. The Israeli Peace Prize. Their idea of peace is, we're going to blow you up, and there's going to be a piece of you over here and a piece of you over there. That's the Israeli idea of peace. So, I mean, this is, again, embarrassing. They treat him like a toddler. They treat him like a little special boy. They give him a pat on the head. To any adult, this would be you're patronizing me. This is condescending to me. Any other adult would look at this like that, right? But with Trump, he's like, no, give me the FIFA Peace Prize, give me the Israeli Peace Prize, give me this, give me whatever the fuck you got. Whatever you got, give it to me. Almost reminds me, there was some soccer thing where the team that won wanted to take their team picture and Trump was standing there and he wouldn't get out of the picture because he wanted to be in the picture with the winners. This guy, man, he's not playing with a full deck. He's not playing with a full deck. There's this childish aspect to him, which it's like his dad never gave him the right amount of hugs or kisses or support. His mom, the same thing. So he yearns for external validation. And he has to get it in the most performative, theatrical, over-the-top ways. And he doesn't understand how people see that. It's sort of like his style with all the gold and shit everywhere. Like, he doesn't understand that tacky is a thing, that gaudy is a thing, that, hey, Don, you know there is such a thing as too much gold. There is such a thing as, like, this looks like Muammar Gaddafi's room, right? Like, you do understand that at a certain point it becomes ridiculous. It becomes clownish. It becomes over the top. Like, there's no class. There's no taste there. It's all, it's like a fucking 14-year-old's idea of wealth. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So, I mean, I can't with this stuff. Now, the other thing about this is, guys, this is the classic, like, carrot or the stick shit, right? Where Netanyahu's like, look, you do what I want you to do, and I will fucking heap fawning praise on you. I'll give you some bullshit Israeli peace award. I'll make you a rich man. I'll do whatever. Whatever you want, right? But if you cross me and you don't do what I want, I'll destroy you. I'll destroy you. Which leads to my next thing. So here is where Trump is asked about potentially continuing the war with Iran. Now, I'll pat myself on the back here because I told you guys immediately when they said, oh, it's over. I said, there's no 0% chance this thing is over. Zero. Well, now, further validation of that. Listen very carefully to what the question is and how Trump responds. Watch.
If you attack on Iran, if Iran will not have a deal, if Iran will continue with their ballistic missiles and also nuclear weapons.
So they say, if Iran continues with the ballistic weapons and the nuclear weapons, what will you do? Will you be okay with attacking them more?
If they will continue with the missiles, yes. The nuclear, fast. Okay? One will be yes, absolutely. The other was, we'll do it immediately.
Mr. President,
so now, the old standard was, okay, Iran needs to be building nuclear weapons for us to do anything to try to stop it, right? That they're not allowed to have the nuclear weapons, we say, right? That was the old position. Now Trump has further caved to Bibi's position. It's not just they can't have nuclear weapons, now they can't have ballistic missiles. What? That was never part of the negotiation. That was never part of the back and forth. That was never on the table, that Iran would be like, oh yeah, we'll give up all of our ballistic missiles too. So apparently, we're not, as a sovereign independent country, we're not allowed to have nuclear weapons, but we're also not allowed to have ballistic missiles. Hey, while we're at it, here, Israel, take all of our pistols, take all of our rifles, take all of our shotguns, right? Like, what is this? Like, this is mission creep. Notice what happens here. They make the terms more and more absurd. So, I mean, again, this is, people who don't follow this stuff won't catch what we just caught here. But what he's saying is, not only will I restart the war if they're continuing to build a nuke, I will restart the war if they just have ballistic missiles. Well, they already have ballistic missiles. So you're basically greenlighting, yes, we're going to restart the war. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. There's no, like, two different ways of reading that. That's just a fact. That's what you're saying. We're going to restart the war. Which leads to the point I was making before. Here you have Netanyahu, oh, you're amazing. You're incredible. We gave you this Israeli Peace Award. You're a friend of Israel. You come with us for our Independence Day and, you know, in Israel. And remember when he gave him like a golden beeper? Remember that? How is that not like a subtle threat? Because they just did the beeper Hezbollah attack, right? Like, that's creepy. That's super creepy, right? So you got the fawning, heaping, over-the-top praise. And then on the flip side, here you got Trump being Netanyahu's little puppet, totally agreeing to his position and his framing, right? So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Now we're going to go back to war with Iran for nuclear weapons and ballistic weapons and ballistic missiles? What that means is, as I've told you guys, they have blackmail on him. Have you ever stopped to think, why is it they've already gotten everything they've ever asked for? Why is it Trump allowed Israel to illegally annex the Golan Heights, which is Syrian territory? Why is it they did a fake peace deal with Gaza to then allow Israel to continue the genocide and the ethnic cleansing with less media attention on them? Why is it that the mission creep has gone into hyperdrive in the West Bank? Because Trump took hundreds of millions of dollars from Miriam Adelson, and the quid pro quo was let Israel annex the West Bank. Why is it he moved the embassy to Jerusalem? You name the issue, he's giving them what they want. It's because they're blackmailing him. They have, by the way, that's not to say he's not a warmonger in his own respect. He is. And he would probably support war with Iran again either way. But it makes it a very simple decision for him when now the stakes are, if you don't agree to the war with Iran, well, then we're going to fucking release the videos we have of you, right? And we've talked about it. There's a 2011 email, Jeffrey Epstein, it came out with the big Epstein email dump where, he says Trump is at the house with one of the victims and he's been there for hours, right? What does that mean? We know that his houses were bugged to the high heavens. There are tapes of the president with underage girls doing all sorts of horrendous crimes. That means Mossad has it, which means Israel has it, which means they can hold it over his head. We know as a matter of fact that they tried to blackmail President Clinton with the Monica Lewinsky stuff. Ryan Grimm reported on that. Dropsite News reported on that. They said it to him, right? So they already did the blackmail. Now they're blackmailing Trump. The question is, who else has that blackmail? CIA? KGB? Right? Like, you have this guy who is part of the billionaire shadow government, the transnational shadow government of billionaire criminals. That's Jeffrey Epstein. And he was contracting with all these different intelligence agencies. Like, every intelligence agency in the world could have these damaging videos of the president. And nobody's talking about this. Nobody's going, really? Didn't you campaign as the fucking anti-war guy? And now you already bombed Iran once? And now Bibi's coming to tell you to bomb him more? And you're going, sir, yes, sir? Whatever you say? Isn't that kind of weird? Isn't that kind of disturbing? What do these people have on you that you fucking bend the knee like a little cuck boy every time? And why does he keep coming to visit here? And why do you keep going to visit there? What is going on here? Guys, I'm telling you, they have blackmail on him. And you can hold it over his head and get him to do whatever the fuck you want. And so now here's Trump. When previously he would say, it's only about the nukes. Now it's, even if they have ballistic missiles, we're going to go back to war with them. I mean, just like, what do you say about that? What is there to say? What is there to say? The president is compromised. It's that simple. The president is compromised. And that's why when people say, who really is the president here? It's legitimate. It's legitimate to say, who's really in control? It seems very clear who's in control, and it's not the one who, in theory, should be, right? So, very bizarre stuff. And then finally, I'll end on this one. I look at this as the Zionist warmongers dabbing on us. The fact that Netanyahu goes out here and says things this ridiculous, this is him dabbing on us and going, we say what we want, we do what we want, you're not going to stop us. Listen to what he says here.
We've had an unbelievable success by degrading Iran, which was a first-rate power. Now it's a second-rate or third-rate power. They were throwing their weight all over the place, exporting terrorism, not only to every part of the Middle East, but to Venezuela. They're in cahoots with the Maduro regime. They're exporting terrorism to America, to the American hemisphere. And then they want these Hezbollah and Hamas to get their guys into the United States. So Hamas and Iran and its proxies are a threat not only to us, but to Israel, all America's allies in the Middle East, and to America itself.
He just said that Iran is sending Hamas and Hezbollah to Venezuela, so that Venezuela will then send them into America to do terror attacks. That's what he just said on national TV. Is there any chance he believes that? I'll answer the question for you. No. There's a 0% chance he believes any of that claptrap. 0. I'm telling you, this is him dabbing on us. This is Zionist warmonger freaks in the midst of creating the Greater Israel Project, stealing more territory, right? This is him dabbing on us. You're never going to stop us. I'll even lie to your face this brazenly and this disgusting. There are fucking decades of video of Netanyahu going, oh, Iran, they're going to have the ability to attack America at any given moment. They're going to be able to attack America. They're going to be able to attack America. Cut year by year by year. He says it all the time. In front of Congress, in interviews, in all these different scenarios. What did he say in this interview as well? Same fucking thing. Oh, we need to act now because Iran is going to be able to attack America. The Zionist warmongers are dabbing on us. It's almost like they're rubbing in that they have the president compromised. It's almost like they're rubbing it in. That we get whatever we want. There's nothing you can do to stop us. I'll even go on TV and say Hamas and Hezbollah are being smuggled into your country by Venezuela to do terror attacks. And you'll sit there and fucking take it and continue to send me tens of billions of dollars. I don't know about y'all, but I'm fucking sick of this shit. And this motherfucker, modern day Hitler, Benjamin Netanyahu, needs to be locked up and they need to throw away the goddamn key. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.